Fox 5 Morning News.
Good morning. Welcome to Fox 5 Morning News. It is Tuesday. I'm Michael Gorgiulo.
I'm Mark McCarthy. Tom Sater's here. He's got the forecast. Well, yesterday's thunder, some of the loudest I can remember.
It was. And out of nowhere, it just seemed like the thunder would rumble. And some areas got some pretty good downpours, but not everyone picked up on the rain. But everyone will get the sunshine today. It's going to be an ideal day today. In fact, already some areas this morning were dropping into the mid-50s. Tomorrow morning should be a little bit cooler. Rainfall yesterday mainly to the east of the metro area, making its way well offshore. And if you notice on the right of your screen there, those are the outer edges, the outer cloud bands of Hurricane Erin, coming pretty close to the U.S. mainland, but will not affect us. The only effect really it does have is some large sea swells along the beaches and some dangerous rip currents. But we're looking at a delightful day. Currently 64 degrees. It's 59 at Dulles and many of the suburbs into the 50s. Northwest wind at 12. Will start to diminish somewhat today. But look for a sunny, dry day today, just absolutely pleasant, a high of 80. And it gets even cooler. Wait till you see the 5-day forecast. I love to say that. I mean, when it's looking good, of course.
We love to hear that.
Well, right now we're going to love to hear from Amanda Bergen. She's flying high in Skyfox. Amanda, how's it look out there?
Well, it's looking okay this morning, you guys. We're checking out the Legion Bridge right now, and things look great right here. Things are fine. You can see not a lot of traffic on the inner or the outer loop. However, it is a little stacked up further earlier on the inner loop at this point. Just around 66, things are a little bit stacked up, but as you get closer to the Legion Bridge, things look just fine. Let's head over to the Dulles Toll Road right now. Things are a little slow there as well, especially in the left lane, all the way to the left as you're approaching that toll. The Smart Pass lane is stacked up. Not quite sure why. There are no accidents there, but there are a lot of people in that lane. All you have to do is shift over to one of the 3 right lanes, and you'll go through the Dulles Toll just fine. Let's go back down to Lark now in the studio. Good morning,
Michael. Turning to other news now, Elizabeth Dole wants a seat in the arena of politics. Dole has called an afternoon news conference to announce that she is running for the U.S. Senate seat now held by Jesse Helms. The 65-year-old Republican, who's married to former Senator Bob Dole, registered to vote in North Carolina last month after Helms announced he would not seek a 6th term. Dole has an impressive resume, serving as Secretary of Transportation and Secretary of Labor and heading the American Red Cross. Congressman Gary Condit will not have to face a grand jury on claims brought by a flight attendant. Anne Marie Smith accused Condit of obstructing justice for allegedly asking her to sign an affidavit stating they did not have an affair. But yesterday, the jury voted to take no action because it says the claim was filed in the wrong jurisdiction. Smith's attorney says he plans to refile the complaint.
This is perfect subject matter jurisdiction in California, and they're wrong, and we can prove they're wrong. So we intend to reapply in Stanislaus County and also look at the other 2 counties that aren't obviously in Condit country, which we believe that politics will play a lesser role.
Condit has denied that he had a relationship with Smith or that he ever asked anyone to lie.
Arlington officials say they're against a congressional plan to expand the Arlington National Cemetery. A House committee has approved a plan to annex land near the Iwo Jima Memorial and the Arlington House for new burial sites. But county leaders say that plan violates an agreement that they be consulted on how this land is to be used. The county was planning to use part of the land to build a Black Heritage Museum. Congressman Jim Moran says he's going to fight the new provision.
That's where people watch the July 4th fireworks. It's where people, every lunch hour from Roslyn, have picnics. That's where people jog. All of that area would be off limits because it would be used for grave sites.
The supporters of the expansion plan say that without any new land, there's only enough space to bury veterans for the next 25 years.
2 charter schools in the district will be allowed to remain open, at least for now. The D.C. Court of Appeals has extended its order keeping Milburn Alternative High and Rural Public Charter School open until at least early October.
Another slow day in a familiar spot, Beltway at New Hampshire Avenue. Slow going once again, but at least the sun is out at 7:14.
Tom says we're in for a number of comfortable days, and he loves telling this forecast. Hey,
oh, yeah. 5-day forecast is beautiful. 64 degrees if you live in one of the suburbs, west or northwest. The youngins may need a light jacket tomorrow morning because it's going to get even cooler. Mid-50s out there in some areas already this morning. A north wind at 80% humidity that was up to near 90, really dropping. Look at this. Across the country, there is not much to speak of as far as any rainfall. One exception, that's southern Florida. They've been just saturated with heavy rains the last several days, and they'll have it again later on today. We are clear. Still some rain down in areas of North Carolina around the Outer Banks. We do have Hurricane Erin. It's just offshore, but it's not going to affect us, just in the form maybe some high choppy seas. But yesterday's rainfall Areas of green show about an inch, so really it was east and south of the metro area, picking up just over 1/10 of an inch at Reagan National. Cold front triggering that rain, now well offshore. Here comes high pressure. And we have even cooler air to look forward to come this weekend with another cold front. Now, one chance of rain this week, and that'll be Thursday night. But today's high, only 80 with sunshine. Tomorrow, even cooler, 78. This is with low humidity. Then another cold front, maybe triggering that thunder shower late Thursday night. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it gets cooler. Low 70s and mid to low 50s. That's downtown. That means maybe some upper 40s in the suburbs. That will be a little bit cooler. All right, let's get the latest now from Sky Fox. Here's Amanda Bergen with the very latest. Amanda?
Well, Tom, you're right about that sunshine. It's causing some delays this morning. Nothing serious, but it's in a lot of people's eyes because it rises at about 6:46 this morning. Take a look down below here. The outer loop at the Beltway is a little crowded at Colesville Road. This is just heavy volume. There are no accidents to report here, but as you head on up through the construction zone, through Georgia Avenue, there is a lot of traffic here moving very slowly, and then it opens up a little bit as you get to the Mormon Temple. Let's head over to Marna Woken now for more of our Fox 5 on time traffic. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning, Amanda. Well, we do have some trouble. There's a disabled vehicle on Kenilworth Avenue if you're traveling southbound coming into the district. Let's take a look at the map.
Fox 5 News at 10. When it's happening,
the effects continue to cause problems throughout our area.
we're on it. When you need to know,
Some of the worst flooding damage.
we have it. Award-winning coverage. More reasons to watch.
We'll let you know when true relief will come in.
The news you want, when you want it. First, Fox 5 News at 10.
Derek Zoolander had the perfect life.
The Maryland Department of Agriculture has begun another round of spraying for mosquitoes in an effort to stop the spread of the West Nile virus. In the last week, health officials have confirmed 2 cases of disease in humans. Trucks are spraying pesticide in Baltimore City for the 5th time this year, and health officials say residents can expect even more spraying throughout the year. Meanwhile, the daughter of a Baltimore County woman who died after being diagnosed with the West Nile virus blames the virus for her mother's death. Hospital officials say West Nile was not the cause, though, of Beatrice Decker's death.
Maryland State Police are considering a policy against performance pills after 3 officers suffered kidney failure when taking the compound creatine. Fox 5's Brian Bolter reports the use of such supplements among troopers in a special forces class is widespread.
7:27 right now. Commercials are put on the radio all the time, but now one D.C. radio station is selling the sponsorship of its entire morning show.
Ahead, we will find out why one local station is partnering with a corporate giant and what that means for listeners. Updating our top stories, Michael Jordan is reportedly indicating he will return to the basketball court to play for the Washington Wizards. Yes, those Washington Wizards. He is expected to make an announcement in the next 10 days. A grand jury has rejected a flight attendant's claim against Congressman Kerry Condit. Anne Marie Smith accused Condit of obstructing justice for allegedly asking her to sign an affidavit stating they did not have an affair. And the D.C. Court of Appeals has extended its order keeping Milburn, Alternative High, and World Public Charter School open until at least early October.
Well, equal with the speculation of Michael Jordan, speculation about the weather. And here to settle that is Tom Sater.
All right, thank you, Michael. Across the country, if you are traveling, not much in the way of troubles and woes. Just a little bit of morning fog in L.A., just like yesterday morning. That's it, really, with the exception of some thunderstorm activity down around Miami. So southern Florida's been inundated with heavy rainfall. The ground is totally saturated. There will be some minor flash flooding, so that's the only problem spot. There's been some shower activity, of course, in our neck of the woods yesterday afternoon. It's now offshore. New York City had some heavy rainfall, but Chicago, beautiful weather, only in the 70s from the Twin Cities down into our neck of the woods. In fact, we'll top out maybe at 80. Here's the line of thunderstorms and showers that moved through the area. They were scattered. Not everyone picked up on the rain. And you can see on the edge of your screen here, this is the outer bands here of Hurricane Aaron. Looks dangerously close to the U.S. mainland, but the only effect we're going to see along the U.S. coastline, just some choppy seas, high surf. In some cases, they're getting sea swells 4 or 6 feet above average, and some dangerous rip currents along some of the beaches for swimmers there. But it's going to be heading north, so no effect for us. The cold front that moved through the area is going to help to kind of deflect Aaron, as you see it here, more toward Nova Scotia. So they'll be keeping an eye on that. But it has been kind of losing its punch. Now, here's another little disturbance. Tropical Depression number 7 was classified, then downgraded, declassified, and reclassified again. So we're going to watch this one. If it does become a tropical storm, its name will be Felix. All right? We'll keep an eye on that one for you. We're 11 degrees cooler than we were yesterday. Yesterday we were hovering at 75 degrees, and now all morning long we've been hovering at 64. It's 59 at BWI, 55 at Dulles. The lowest temperature I could find is Manassas at 54 degrees, and it's going to get even cooler tomorrow morning. Look at all the 50s, 55 even out of Wichita and Denver. Here's a water vapor imagery. We look for the dark areas. That's the dry air, and you can see it from upstate New York all the way back into the Midwest. And that little bit of white, that's the moisture, so it's still leaving areas of the Carolinas. Great forecast for you, and it's going to get even better. A perfect 10 today with sunny skies and low humidity. Humidity has dropped like 10% already just this morning. It's going to really drop this afternoon. High pressure means sunshine. Another cold front gives us a chance of a shower late Thursday night, but then it gets even cooler back behind that system. 80 degrees for the high. The average high is 82. Problems out there. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Tom. We've had a lot of problems this morning. No major accidents to tell you about, but just a lot of cars on the road. We're over Prince George's County right now. You can see the BW Parkway at Route 50. Route 50 is tough coming out of Bowie this morning. A lot of cars on the road going very slow. You can see New York Avenue there going slowly as well as you approach South Dakota. No major accidents here. It's just pretty much a lot of traffic on the road. Also BW Parkway southbound. It's moving along, but it is moving fairly slowly this morning as well. Let's go over to Marna Woken now, who has more of our Fox 5 on-time traffic. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning, Amanda. Thank you very much. Well, we're looking at some heavy traffic in the upper part of the Beltway. Let's go to College Park area at Route 1 and take a look at that. You can see some heavy traffic there. Actually, the inner loop, as you're traveling on the inner loop, you can see some sunshine delays, so that's going to affect your drive. And then if you're traveling in the outer loop towards Silver Spring, there are some heavy delays there, heavier than usual. No accident report, just a heavy volume of traffic, so delays past Route 1 towards Silver Spring. We'll be back to update your ride into work on Fox 5 on-time traffic. Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Marna. Well, many questions remain about last year's election saga, which ended with George W. Bush as president. Ahead, we're going to talk with the Newsweek reporter who's telling a new tale about the Supreme Court decision that ended the recount wrangling.
And
a Supreme Court justice indicates he might have been able to change the decision that finalized Election 2000. That's just one of the stories in a new book called The Accidental President. It looks at the historic 5-4 vote and how it affected the country and the High Court.
And sun delays out there.
That's right. We have seen a few sun delays this morning because, you know, as people are driving along, right as it's rising at about 6:46, right in your eyes. It's getting a little bit better now. We're checking out the Beltway at Pennsylvania Avenue right now. You can see not too bad over here. Yesterday we had some serious problems here, but as you can see, it's moving along nicely. Both the inner and outer loops not very crowded here at this time. However, Pennsylvania Avenue headed inbound does have some traffic light delays. Let's go over to Marna Moka now for more of our Fox 5 on-time traffic. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning, Amanda. Well, you do have some challenges as you make your way into work this Tuesday morning if you're traveling into the district. Let's take a look at the Northern Virginia area. 95 northbound as you travel to the Franconia-Springfield Parkway. Actually, you're approaching Franconia-Springfield Parkway. You're going to find some heavy traffic there, so be prepared for that. You might want to consider an alternate route if at all possible. Now let's go to College Park, the upper part of the Beltway. If you're traveling the inner loop, you're going to run into some sunshine delays, so that might cause you some trouble there. Also, if you're traveling the outer loop towards Silver Spring, some heavy delays, heavier than usual in that area. We'll be back to update your ride into work on Fox 5 on-time traffic.
It's close. Maybe a little bigger here.
Like that.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, people, this is what we're looking for.
This is Fox 5 Morning News.
It is Tuesday, September 11th. In the news this morning, will he or won't he? The big question surrounding a possible Jordan comeback may be all but answered.
Michael Jordan says he is one step closer to a second comeback. I'll have the latest in a live report coming up next.
Congressman Gary Condit may be off the hook, at least with the California grand jury, why he will likely not face an investigation into charges of obstruction of justice. That's ahead.
And I'm Amanda Bergen, live in Skyfox. Coming up, we're live over the Key Bridge. We'll tell you what you need to know in your ride into work. That's just ahead.
And a warning to parents, a child predator may be on the loose in at least 2 counties in Virginia. What you should be looking out for. That's ahead.